How's it going, guys? It's your boy Kanji FPL and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be going through who are the best triple captaincy alternatives to go for if you still have the chip available. Apparently, 85% of people within the engaged community already use the triple captaincy chip on Erling Haaland. But if you're within the 15% that didn't use it, well, you came to the right place. Let's break down who are the best alternatives that we could be looking at and the best options that we could be juxtaposing to see what is the best alternative for us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, baby. The key piece of information that has just got shown to light is actually from the bubble, and they're stating that the Liverpool and Everton fixture that had to be rearranged will go into game week 34 during the week of April 22nd. Now, this does make sense because Liverpool got knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester United, so they do have an available midweek during that week. The only question that we have is, can we trust this news source? And I really just think about two main things. One, why would they risk their reputation to post something like this on Twitter? Secondly, this was actually tweeted or quote tweeted by so many reliable sources that I trust. People like FPL Harry, FPL Focal, Let's Talk FPL, James from Planet FPL, all people that I really do trust. They've all talked about this. And for me, I'm going to be using a 95% certainty that I think this goes into game week 34. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And I feel like the reason why they're saying that it's being penciled in and not 100% confirmed is because they're waiting for the TV schedule to be released. So that is going to be the final nail in the coffin in terms of just finalizing this, but this does make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to be using this as an underlying assumption to go through my triple captaincy analysis. So Haaland actually set the bar in game week 25 when he had his double game week against Chelsea at home and Brentford at home. Two fixtures where I felt like they weren't going to go out to play expansive football against Manchester City. So that's why I didn't use my triple captaincy chip at that time. However, 85% of the FPL community that is engaged use their triple captaincy chip. So he set the bar at 10 points. And I feel like he missed so many tap-ins, he could have got a haul. But at the end of the day, people that did triple captain him, they did get lucky because the only goal that he scored came when a Brentford defender slipped. So 10 points is pretty solid if you ask me. And I felt like if you didn't use your triple captaincy chip in 25, the best alternative that was probably staring you right in the face was going to be Dominic Solanke during game week 28, where he had his double game week of Luton at home and Sheffield United at home. Two of the best fixtures on paper. Unfortunately, he actually only got 8 points because he missed a penalty. If he had just scored the penalty, then he would have smashed Haaland. I was expecting him to put up around 16 to 20 points in this week. If he had just scored the penalty, he would have done that with ease, but he slipped, and that's just FPL for you. That's just solid negative variance for those of you that use your triple captaincy chip during game week 28. But for me, I didn't use my triple captaincy chip in either week because I've been holding out to use it on the Egyptian King or maybe even on Haaland with better fixtures. And luckily, those situations have come to pass. So Haaland has set the bar at 10 points, and we have three potential triple captaincy alternatives that will come up. Salah in game week 34, Palmer in game week 35 or 36, and Haaland during game week 37. Now, these three alternatives all have fixtures that are away from home, so there's no banker fixtures. And because of that, I really just feel like Salah and Haaland have stronger XGI per 90 statistics, non-penalty, than Cole Palmer. So I feel like those two sort of just overshadow Cole Palmer. No disrespect to any Chelsea fans out there, but I feel like Salah and Haaland are in a different class relative to players like him, even though he's having one of the best seasons of his entire career. So respect to Cole Palmer, but I don't think I'd be going there in 35. So to me, it's just between Mo Salah in game week 34 and Erling Haaland in game week 37. And I feel like the best option for the best triple captain is team dependent. And it's a really cop-out answer, but I do feel like it is the truth. Because when you look at these fixtures, they're very similar. Both of them have Fulham away from home, which is a tough fixture. I mean, look at what happened in game week 29. Spurs just played Fulham, and Fulham were at home, and Fulham beat them 3-0. Like, I did not expect that. Those of us that free hit it in game week 29, we'll never forget that. So Fulham at home is always going to be a tough fixture. And I think you're just sort of weighing up Everton away versus Brighton away. And I think about Everton away during Merseyside derbies. Those are usually low-scoring matches, but Salah is going to be up for that in a Merseyside derby on the penalties. The last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, Salah will be excited for that one. But then you think about the Brighton fixture away from home. Those fixtures are usually basketball matches between Brighton and Man City, where the play kind of just goes back and forth all the time. So I feel like if I had to pick one option that had the highest potential, I would probably go with Erling Haaland in game week 37. But I just feel like because Salah is a midfielder, I feel like you just gotta put the triple captaincy on Mo Salah. So if you had gun to my head and I had to pick one option, I would probably lean to Mo Salah. I mean, he's the Egyptian king. You can never doubt him. So far this season, he's been putting up 7.6 FPL points per match, and Haaland has only been putting up 6.7 FPL points per match. And honestly, I just feel like this is Mo Salah's season. Liverpool have been reinvigorated within their midfield. They're just creating more chances than what they were doing last season. And I feel like the potential for a title race is going to be huge. And I feel like just given the fixtures Liverpool have coming up, by the time we get to game week 34, Salah will be banging form. He has Brighton, Sheffield. He owns Manchester United. He scores against them every single time, even at Old Trafford. And then he has Crystal Palace at home, and then a double game week. So to me, I feel like by the time we get to 34, Salah will be right in form. I feel like his lack of match fitness will be gone. And so I feel like if I had to pick one, it would be Mo Salah. However, if you have to triple captain Haaland, then go ahead. I feel like the difference between Salah and Haaland will be 1 or 2 points here and there. And I feel like both of them can easily outscore the 10 points that Haaland put up in game week 25. Now, for me, if you had to ask me what is the choice that I'm currently leaning towards for my team, well, like I said, it's very team dependent. In my team, I have Dominic Solanke, Antoine Semenyo, as well as Zabani. So I have triple Bournemouth in my team, and because of that, I'm likely going to be setting up to bench boost in game week 34 if the Wolves and Bournemouth fixture gets postponed into that 34 game week, as well as the Liverpool fixture. So because of that, I'm likely just going to use my bench boost in 34, and I feel like I'll have to use my triple captain in 37 with Erling Haaland. And it's a little bit disappointing. As a Liverpool fan, I would have loved to put my triple captaincy armband on Mo Salah. And I'm sure there's so many of you out there that just love Mo Salah. I mean, he's been the king of FPL for the last 3 or 4 years. We've been putting the captaincy armband on him week in and week out. Whenever you have a doubt, just trust the king. And he never really leads you astray. So it's a little bit disappointing. But for my team, I think I'm going to be bench boosting at 34. And so I'm going to triple captain Erling Haaland in 37. And who knows? Maybe at that time, Man City will be looking to win the league title. And honestly, if I had to pick a team to win the league title, if it's not going to be Liverpool, it's probably going to be Man City. So triple captaining Haaland in that fixture probably makes the most sense. I think the title race is going to be so tight. So I'm not going to be worried about rotation or maybe lack of minutes because of Champions League. We've known that Haaland, even whenever there's fixture congestion, Pep always starts him. So I am not worried about a triple captain in game week 37. And so I think for me, I'm pretty set on triple captaining Erling Haaland in game week 37. But for you, I think it's up to you. You really have to look at your team. And I feel like most people are set up to bench boost in game week 37 because that is when most of the teams will have the doubles that are coming up. And I feel like people that are on their wild card currently are also looking to set up a bench boost in 37. And if that's your situation, then why not captain the Egyptian king in 34? So it really is team dependent, but I just wanted to give you what my thoughts are on triple captaincy. All right, guys, so those are my thoughts on who I think is the best triple captaincy alternative of the remaining available options throughout the rest of the season. And you can tell I'm a Liverpool fan, so I do have some bias. So you always got to remember that whenever you're listening to my analysis. But at the end of the day, I think it's always going to be team dependent. And then I just wanted to say, if I provided some value to you over the course of this video, please just drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all again soon. Peace.